Hello, hello. Hmm. Apologize for the delay, gentlemen. Just got a new computer, so we are having to go back to the old settings, or I'm trying to get back to the old settings. This is going to give me a second. Qualifying is about to begin. Hasn't started just yet, but hopefully the new microphone and new PC gives you guys the quality content that we all desire, which is obviously not going to happen on the first attempt here because none of the settings are where I would like them to be. However, we are going to go and push through this and figure out what we can do. Game is F1 2020. It should not be. I believe I changed the title. Should say ARC ACC Round 7 Paul Ricard. Hopefully. Hopefully it updates. Now then, I will be right back so I can figure out if I am in the right lobby session, which we should be, but you never know. Apologies about that, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to restart the session so we can try and get you guys that smooth and classy video of the drivers. Qualifying has not started yet. We are restarting the session real quick to make sure that everybody can get in and everybody's game is optimized just the way we like it. And I apologize for the crappy start, no standings and no map just yet. But I just got back home from work, just built a PC this week, downloaded all the software, and this is going to be the start of a new era, hopefully, for the ACC channel in terms of commentary views. I did buy that new Ryzen 7 5800X. I'm going to plug my CPU in, so it should be able to run multiple programs at the same time. However, let me go see if the drivers are ready. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good news. The qualifying session is now starting. As let's try to get to the front of the pack. And it looks like it's a rainy session today. And who doesn't love... God damn it. Who doesn't love rain? Especially around Paul Ricard. as we are on board with Thornton here in his McLaren, number 64, doing the first outlap of the session as we're on board with him. 18 minutes and 55 seconds left in qualifying. This is the amateurs. They get 10 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, to do as many laps as they can, and then once they are done, then the pros, or the so-called pros, I suppose, will be the ones up next to do their qualifying sessions. That way we don't get too many cars out on the track blocking certain drivers from doing their proper outlaps. So we have two different tiers, the pros and the amateurs. Amateurs' points will be counted towards and against the pros, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and Thornton goes wide. He goes wide. But it's a good thing that this is an outlap, so this lap is not going to count either way. But as I was saying, in terms of the standings and the championship points here, the amateurs have their own standings versus the pros. This is the first time we're doing it, and we're doing it this season because we have had a nice influx of drivers wanting to join. As you can see, we've got 31 drivers on the grid today. Hopefully, we can see a beautiful, beautiful race. As Thornton decides to go on his hot lap, I'm going to keep myself quiet, and we're going to enjoy this lap, see what this amateur can do today as he heads down into turn 1. Oh, and he spins out into turn 1. Wilkins getting in the way of Wilkins as he drives by. Let's go on board with Mr. Wilkins here. Take control of his head. He is in the Mercedes-AMG GTR, and that engine sounds beautiful. Sounds gorgeous. My God, that has a nice and delicious, unbelievable roar to it. I'm a big fan of your work, Mercedes. As we go down the first main straight, we're going to run into a chicane, if I'm not mistaken. We are not going to run into a chicane. I'm thinking of the Formula 1 track. This is just going to be a massive straight in these GT3 cars. And I should probably, my God, my phone. I need to go into my options, and let's get rid of that assist. We don't need it. I am a horrible ACC driver, hence why I need the lines, but we can turn those off once the race does start. Once the race does start, that line will be invisible, and we will be seeing a clear track, but at least this is a good way to see what the optimal line is, or at least what the game tells us is the optimal line for this race. And Wilkins is about to post the first lap of the session, and he is going to pull in a 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Let's see what the next driver can do. It's going to be Jacques, and he is 0.6 faster, and Niall Drake is 3.7 seconds faster. My God. And this is what happens when it rains. Some drivers are just excellent, and they're going to Ayrton Senna this, and some drivers are going to, I guess, Maldonado. I'm pretty sure he wasn't bad in the rain, but, you know, if I'm thinking about anybody that spins, I'm thinking of Maldonado, so let's go with Maldonado. As Wilkins is probably going to go for another lap, but let's go on to another driver. Well, let's go on to Niall Drake's perspective, and he is in the Porsche 911, and that is going to be a monster of a car when it comes to handling. My God, that is disgusting. Disgusting. I can see Niall is using either a keyboard or a gamepad, and I'm pretty sure it's the gamepad, because that is some filthy handling of the steering wheel. But he has posted the best time out of all the other amateurs in the race. Oh, wow, we can even go... Oh, my God, what is that? Let's just ignore what we just saw. That nothing just happened, guys. That's for sure. Let's just recenter his head. Anyways. Is that it? That is not it. Here we go. As that is Thornton, actually. The guy that spun earlier into turn 1. Just ahead of Drake. And that is going to give me that doesn't make that better. Let's just go out of his cockpit and not have to watch the atrocities of his steering wheel there. As Niall Drake is 7/10 up on his time. And they almost touch because Thornton's on a hot lap. Thornton's going to fight back on a qualifying session. And he is ruining Niall's time. And he was 7/10 up, forcing him out wide and ruining his hot lap. I would be angry if I was Niall right now. However, he did not complete his lap. So, oh my, let's just get... And who is this? We got Van de Val. Van de Val is a pretty good quick driver. I'm surprised he's in the amateur league, but this is his first season. So they probably just threw him there because it's his first season, which does make sense to me. And again, I would have to look at the standings real quick, but to see where he is in the standings, because he has been in the top 3 versus pros and amateurs, if I'm not mistaken. So Van de Val is definitely up there. Awesome, and now I got the map up on myself. And we got Myler coming in. Brandon Van Gobs, apologies. Let's go on the Lamborghini. You know what? We have not been in a Lamborghini in forever. And Ice Tin is in 3rd right now. And what part of the track is this man on? Let's see if I can find out real quick. Looks like he's coming up to the final sector. No, it looks like he's actually going into the first sector. And he's going through the Virage de la Santé Bami. I am not French. I usually pronounce things properly if I do say so myself, but man, French is hard. But as he goes down into the Ligne Droit du Mistral Straight, and let's hear that Lamborghini roar. That is a beautiful engine. That is a nice sounding engine. But we are about to approach the Courbe des Cygnes with, I believe, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Oh, and he goes wide, but he stays in line. He did not go wide enough. He kept, that was beautiful width. However, he lost time going into the double Droite de Basset. Through that corner, into the Virage de Bendor. Man, I feel like I am pronouncing these wrong, because I know French has a lot of silent vowels and letters. And I am pretty sure I am not saying them correctly. Courbe du Garlaben. Into the Virage de la Trois, I'm assuming. Into the Virage du Pont. Yeah. Virage du Pont. Into the start-finish straight. And Ice Tin posts a 2 minute and 4 second lap. Almost time for the so-called pros to do something. And they are lining up. Dave Hassar is going to be the first one to go out. And it looks like he is going out. And he is in a Porsche 911. We're going to stay on board with Dave Hassar here. He is the first pro to come out of the pits. And we are going to see what he can do. And let's go out. And we can see a nice lit up line with Dave Hassar, Andrew Warden, and Melon Pitch. Now, I apologize for the lack of paint schemes here. It's not that they all have black. It's the fact that they have created customized setups. It's just that I, with my new setup and my new PC, have completely forgot about downloading that down that packet. So we are not going to be seeing the beautifully colored and customized vehicle sets that the drivers have created due to my, lack of time and management here. But I do work, so I do have an excuse at least. However, we are now on board Andrew Warden. He overtook Dave Hassar. Dave Hassar has let him through. He is in the Lexus. And Andrew Warden was our previous season's championship leader and winner, and he is the current defending champion. However, he has missed a race or two, and due to some lackluster performances, he is actually behind in the championship to, if I'm not mistaken, Daniel Wright. So it's going to be exciting to see this race if Andrew Warden can start climbing back up the ranks, because he is behind in the championship standings, and I definitely want to see him give a good fight to our old pal, Daniel Wright. As I pull up the standings so we can get a better look at what is happening. That is the amateur standings. This is the full standings. Daniel Wright, as we have Andrew Warden actually starting his hot lap, probably trying to burn off some fuel, but we will be on board with him as I talk over the standings for you guys. Daniel Wright is the current championship leader by a doozy currently at 214 points, and that is that consistency of coming in first and second in almost every single race except for round 3 at Brands Hatch, coming in 36th position. Tommy Kogan, with a distant second, is actually at 140 points this season. And Andrew Warden, our championship defending title, has missed 3 races out of 6, but he still has 103 points. So he's almost halfway to Daniel Wright, but he has missed 3 races. I'm sure he will come back, because if you come in first, you get 45 points. He will come back with a vengeance, and I think the last race is where he's going to make it a challenge. It's up to Daniel Wright to keep up the consistency, but it's up to Andrew Warden, our previous championship defender, who has beaten Daniel Wright last season. He can obviously do it again if he's up to the task. He is the man to watch this race and the following races in Monza, in Misano, and in Spa. However, going towards the fun and exciting new division of the amateurs, we got Niall Drake with 172 points, and Trash Panda with 150 points, and Dave Grills in 149 points. All within 23 points of each other, and not too far away we got Alan Zhu with 144 points, and those are our top 4 contenders for that P1 position of the amateur league. So Alan Zhu, Dave Grills, Trash Panda, and Niall Drake, and that is an interesting 4-way fight. In terms of the pros, it's going to be a fight between Andrew Warden and Daniel Wright. Because Andrew Warden is the defending champion, he is a very fast driver in blitzing, and as we can see, he's about to cross the line in P1, provisional pole, 2 minutes and 96 seconds. He is 2 seconds up Niall Drake's time. However, Niall is the amateur leading champion leader. He's the amateur champion leader currently, 2.3 seconds ahead of him. So it's up to Daniel Wright, who is 1.3 seconds behind Andrew Warden. This is what I'm talking about. Andrew Warden, when he shows up, and when he shows up, he shows out. He is 1.3 seconds ahead of Daniel Wright for provisional pole currently. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in this session. That is the Andrew Warden I know, but can he keep up the consistency? As he's already improving on his time. Let's go. And I hope you guys love the graphics. I have done a beautiful, at least I do say so myself, a beautiful rework of my PC. And we are running at ultra high settings. And Andrew Warden is going to pull over to the side. Let's go on board with Dave Hassar, who has not set a time yet. He's probably invalidated his laps. I mean, he's still a 2 minute and 3. He's still pretty far behind, if you do say so myself. Dave Hassar used to be amazing last season. He has had some lackluster performances this season. Let's go on board Tommy Kogan. Personal favorite of mine in the Audi R8, but I love his driving style. He is like a snake. He waits and waits and waits and then finds the optimum time to strike. And that is how he gets his points, and I admire a man just like that. However, as he goes into the start-finish straight, he improves his time. However, he is still in 8th position, and right now the amateurs are beating the pros. But, however, positions are being changed. Daniel Wright in 2nd, 8/10 behind Andrew Warden. He is improving his time. I don't know how much fuel he has, but he is up 2/10 into Turn 1 and Turn 2. However, lost it coming out of Turn 2. Bowmeister in 3rd. Lavallee in 4th. And as you can see, we have a trend going on here. And Bowmeister actually in provisional 2nd place right now. 6/10 off of Andrew Warden. But Andrew Warden did that 2 laps and he was done. Actually, he did 1 lap and he was done. He's probably going to wait till the end to improve his time. But as you can see, there is a trend happening here. We got 2 Lexuses in the top 2 in the front row. And then we got 3 Mercedes drivers chasing them. And those 3 drivers are the ones that have been working hard all season long, trying to outmaster and outclass the Lexuses. I, of course, am rooting for a Mercedes 1, 2, and 3. But it is a nice and interesting vision that we have here between the 2 Lexuses versus the 3 Mercedes. And I would be personally excited if they decide to join forces and fight each other as a team against one another. I'm sorry about that, DePowell. You probably sent that message for a while ago. Game sound isn't coming through the stream at the moment. Is the game sound on now? My apologies. I only have 1 monitor now, so I can't monitor your comments, unfortunately. But I believe the sound is working. I hope. I can get a nice little confirmation from anybody. It is awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry about that. I am planning on buying a bigger table so I can fit my new PC with another monitor, with a second monitor on it, so I can definitely check out the comments more often. Thank you for that, letting me know. And I'm happy that the sound is now coming through for you guys. However, there is only 40 seconds left in the session. We are on board with Rafa. 3rd Mercedes. He is going down the Ligne Droite de Mistral straight, who is also 1.7 seconds behind the leader, which is going to be Andrew Warden. And I will be keeping an eye on Rafa because he's the only one as far back as I can get that will still see Andrew Warden's time. And Rafa is not going to improve currently as it stands. And he is 10/10 down, but oh, he's going to gain some time. No, he's not. And that is going to be a disappointment from Rad. He's going to gain time on the straight, though. But that's not going to be enough. And we got Cookie invalidating his time. We got Kieran Fox in the Ferrari. We haven't been on the Ferrari yet. going around the hairpin, the final corner. He is not going to improve his time. He's already 5/10 below. Melon Pitch, who is going to improve his time as long as he can keep the hairpin nice and tidy, gets through on it perfectly. He is going to not improve his time, or not good enough. Mr. Smacks is not going to improve his time. Andrew Warden is not going to improve this time. Righteous Fire, the shocker. He usually ends in the top 10, but he is 8.9 seconds behind. However, Righteous Fire is one of the new drivers that has joined the session, joined this season. He's a Formula 1 driver, and this season he has also decided to join in and do the ACC racing, and Righteous Fire is not clearly prepared for the rain. What is going on here? Drive, there we go, problem solved. Now to answer whoever asked about that racing line is now gone. That was just me because I suck at this game. So it is now back to normal. Hopefully the quality is there of the videos. However, we got Andrew Warden in P1, Bo Meester in P2, Daniel Wright in P3, our championship leader currently, and Andrew Warden P1, who is our championship defender, but he is about a little over 110 points behind Daniel Wright currently. 45 points for whoever comes first. Andrew Warden should be able to come first, if I'm not mistaken. Lavali P4, Daniel Wright P3, Rafa P5, Smacks P6, Mahoney P7, Niall Drake, the amateur championship current leader this season in P8, Melon Pitch P9, TTC in P10, Dave Hassar P11, Tommy Kogan P12, Bray 13, Fox 14, Jacques 15, got Iceton and Grills in 16 and 17, Chipsy and Myler in 18 19, Tim Wilkins P20, Vandewow in 21, and Andrew Thompson P22, Thornton 23, Zhu 24, Fleischman and Gobsvan in 25 and 26, Dolmuz and Panda in 27-28. We got 10 seconds left before the session starts. Righteous Fire in P29, Lifer in P30 did not even set a qualifying lap, and Cookie, who did not set a qualifying lap. I am depressed in both of them. And all the cars that you see black, which as you can see Andrew Warren and Bo Meester are both black, is because I did not have enough time to put in their beautiful, beautiful color schemes. However, the race is about to start as they go into double file formation. However, it does turn green, and here we go. Let's see what happens into turn 1. I'm just going to move a little bit back so we can catch any action that does possibly occur. And Rafa, if I'm not mistaken, backs off pretty heavily, and they survive turn 1 for now. Still surviving turn 1. Turn 2 is where it starts to get a little tricky. And has anybody done anything outrageous? No, the driving has been exceptional. Nobody has made mistakes. And as we go down to the leaders, Andrew Warden, Bo Meester. Oh, Andrew Warden hits a bollard. On board with Rafa. This has been the first sector I have seen yet. Oh, we are starting to get into territory as we got cars going too wide down towards the main straight. Oh, and what do we have here? Oh, Righteous Fire. And who is that? Righteous Fire and Cookie coming together, crashing into the wall, going onto the straight. What a scene. I am glad we caught that one. Unfortunate turn of events for them. They have definitely picked up damage, or at least Righteous Fire has definitely picked up damage, as Daniel Wright tries to go around the outside of Bo Meester, our current championship leader. Actually, I'm sorry, he's defending against Lavali, who's in the other Mercedes AMG, and they are not in each other's space. is all hands on deck in the Mercedes garage. This is allowing P1 and P2 to slightly gain a distance. As we go into the final corner of the lap. And people are coming out nice and smooth right now. Oh, and what do we have here? We got an accident. And who is that? Rejoins the track safely. Wasn't a terrible, terrible incident. And then we got Cookie and Righteous Fire following in the back. Let's see if either of them goes into the pits for any damage repairs. Does not look like they are. And now we are back to the front of the grid here. Smacks in his Audi R8. Chasing them down. I'm gonna stop somewhere eventually. This is a nice and neatly tidy pack here. For a fuel. Of David and Mazar. Because why not? However, that Porsche is not the best in terms of straight line speed. But he does gain the advantage into the corners as they start going into the curve at down into the double Troika de Boisset as Chipsy goes wide into that corner, and then Dave Hassar almost rear ends him. Dave Hassar might be thinking about going around the inside. Does not get enough traction. This is a wet track, so the grip levels are not there in the optimal line. Hassar is trying to find a way to get around Thorne. He might send it somewhere around the hairpin. Tries to go around outside. Chelsea does a switchback, but does not get away with it. And he is trying to look around the inside of Thorne if it's possible to make a move anywhere. And this is P18, 17, 16, 15. Oh, and he makes the move. And Thornton goes slightly out wide. His loss is Dave Hassar's victory here. And as we can see now, Thornton is right behind Mercedes, right behind that Porsche. However, now his next victim is going to be Chipsy. And Chipsy is in the Mercedes AMG GTR. And Chipsy goes wide. Can Dave Hassar take advantage? And it looks like he is going to take advantage. And that is 2 positions in a span of about 3 corners there. And now, and Thorne goes wide there. However, the straight line speed of that Porsche is atrocious. The Mercedes AMG GTR should be better. And you can see he is gaining at the high end. He is gaining at the high end. They are going to be side by side into the Curve du Seigneur. Oh, and that, what is that, 3 wide almost? What is going on here? And Chipsy goes wide, Thornton goes wide. Oh my god, what just happened behind? And Thornton loses control of his car, and Hassar sends it down the inside. This is a beautiful fight between Hassar and, who is that, Chipsy? We saw Thornton lose it coming out the exit of the Curve du Seigneur, almost crashing into the wall, but thank God that rain has actually just kept him steered clear. But because of the rain, he has spun out as Hassar takes the position back from Chipsy. And this is a beautiful, brilliant battle we're having here. However, around the corners, especially on a damp track, that Mercedes is going to struggle, but on the straights he's going to gain. However, Dave Hassar is going to be too far forward now for him to make an impact. We got Jacques is the next victim. He has made 2 positions from P18. He's been sitting in P16 right now. Jacques, the driver, in P15, and fighting for P14 right ahead of him. And I want to go see what the leaders are doing, but I'm pretty sure Andrew Ward is in P1. P1, Bones is flying P2. The fight for P3 is quite interesting. However, this is a little bit more spontaneous and unpredictable. And I'm pretty sure strategy is going to affect a lot up at the front, but this is just pure racing here in the back. And this is becoming a 4- or 5-way battle almost if Kieran Fox starts to get sucked into it. And Davis almost goes around the inside. He is on the inside. He is gonna try to take the good position. I actually don't know who would win between him. Oh, and he goes wide. He goes very wide. However, he does keep the position, which Jacques did not take advantage of it. However, that being said, Chipsy is now going to try to go around the outside, coming into River de Cine. Jacques has massive speed. Ooh. Like, I don't know what is going on with Dave Hassan, but that straight line speed, you can see how bad that is. And that Nissan GT-R is a monster in a straight line. Oh my god. It was like it was standing still, that Porsche. I haven't seen anything like that. I was not expecting that 6-cylinder turbocharged Porsche to be swallowed by a Nissan GT-R. However, Dave Hassan is going to try to go around the inside. He has the better cornering. That GT-R on his right side right there is a block, a brick of a vehicle. It's going to struggle around the corners, but it looks like it is a bullet in a straight line. Dave Hassan is going to try to send it around the inside. If not, he's got the hairpin to do a switchback. Does he get the switchback done, though? It's not going to matter. This is going to be a massive straight. That GT-R is going to keep the position. Look at that pull away. Look at that straight line speed. But, oh my god, Dave Hassan is going to send it. He is going to... No, he does not send it. Oh, and then we got a driver. We got Myler going out super deep into turn 1 and 2. Apologies about that. Hopefully, this is better. I believe that should have lowered the volume there to Powell, if you could confirm for me. However, we did get an overtake that I was busy changing the settings to. However, we did get the overtake on Jacques, if I'm not mistaken. And now the next victim. I'm going to restart the... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Just ahead, we got these girls right behind Kieran Fox in the Audi R8. And he is in the Porsche 911 as well, actually. We got Porsches chasing vehicles left and right. Grills, Myler, and Fox. Those three are fighting, and that is going to allow... and Myler goes around the inside in a beautiful, beautiful fashion. It was a super smooth and clean overtake. Can he hold on to it? Because now Deez Grills has the inside line. He's going to send Myler the long way around. But Myler holds on to the position, and now it's the Aston Martin who takes the lead between this fight, between him and Deez Grills. Now Grills has to worry about Dave Hassan, who is the one that's chasing him now. It's a Porsche on Porsche action. Hassan should get the better exit. He had a much better line coming into the start-finish straight. And this is a beautiful, beautiful four-way fight. Kieran Fox just ahead. However, what do we have up here? Oops, off the button. TTC, Bray, Mahoney, Drake. We got Melon Pitch and Smacks. And Rafa. So we got a fight for P5 between three drivers. Let's stay on board with these guys. This is the battle for P5. A Bentley, which the only reason why I know that's a Bentley is because it's the only car that I'm aware of that's on the right side of the driver's seat. Versus Smacks, who looks like he's in an Audi R8. And that is a fast car in a straight line, man. He is catching up to that Audi. And Rafa inside his Mercedes AMG GTR. And oh, Smacks might be going down the inside because of that mistake. And as you can see, he is right up Rafa's behind. He is going to be trying to make a move. However, the Mercedes is... Oh, and what do we have here? We might have a three-way fight. Pitch almost clips Smacks' left rear tire. Keeps it in control. And we are back on the start-finish straight. This is a three-way fight for P5. As we now go on board with Rafa, looking at the view from his rear. This is a beautiful, beautiful scene, if I do say so myself. Look at the mountains in the background. I hope you guys can appreciate the graphics here. It is marvelous. Oh, and this is a beautiful sight. That Bentley is storming up the road, and it looks like Rafa is going to try and box him in, and that is brilliant defending by Rafa. Oh, but he almost cuts off Smacks' Audi R8, but that was intelligent defending. Oh my god. I gotta give props to Rafa. He used his vehicle on the right side and allowed Smacks' Audi R8 on the left side of him and kept that Bentley from charging up the road with his tremendous speed by keeping him stuck in that confinement. And that has allowed him to keep the position. However, he did kind of cut in too hard, which caused Smacks' Audi R8 to fall behind that Bentley, which is probably going to hurt him in the long term now, because that Bentley is going to be free to come up on the next time they go around the street down Ligne Tour du Mistral. Man, this is a nice view. Oh wow, what do we have here? Who is this that has spun out? Oops, wrong one. Lavalli in P3 has spun out, and this is going to allow Rafa to now catch up. And we are about to get a four-way fight for P4? P3. Somebody has spun. Melon pitch. Smacks spun somewhere. And this is interesting because Pitch is going to easily come out the outside. And Rafa, can Lavalli keep Melon Pitch? Oh, and Melon Pitch goes super wide. He tried taking that corner without slowing down. And that has cost him a chance of an overtake on Rafa, which now means he's going to have another lap to be behind him. And Lavalli is going to keep his P3, but Pitch, that Bentley is a monster in a straight line, and I am impressed, if I do say so myself. That is a beautiful, beautiful image we got there. Oh, and look at that attempt of an overtake. Rafa covers it off pretty nicely. Oh, and we got him going round into deep. Oh, God, I can't speak. And pitch goes into the inside. Oh, and they touch! And they touch. And that is GG. Especially for pitch, because he was spun horribly. Daniel Wright is in a horrible position. He went from P3 to, what, P7? P6? Daniel Wright has the pace. He is the current championship leader. Let's go on board with him. Let's see what the championship leader can do. Let's see how his overtaking skills are going, because he hasn't had to overtake that much this season. But we can at least now attest to seeing that if he has to, can he do it? And we'll try to get a preview of what will happen on the final race if Andrew Warden decides to come back and fight for the championship. I call this the prelude to what can come. As he tries chasing down Mahoney's Aston Martin, almost loses the rear coming out of that corner. Does not have... Oh, and he's thinking about going around the inside through the Virage de la Trois into the Virage du Pont, down into the main straight, gets that exit going. Now he has to catch Rafa, who got into an incident with Melon Pitch. Definitely questionable defending and overtaking there. I would deem that as a racing incident if the stewards are listening. However, there are 3 cars in front of us. I'm assuming that car that just got overtaken by both of them is most likely a lapped vehicle. Yeah. Definitely looks like a lapped vehicle. However, I am not seeing blue flags. It does not look like it's blue flags. But it should be blue flags, because Thornton is a lapped vehicle, and he is holding up Daniel Wright. However, we are on board with Rafa, who is chasing down Niall Drake. Niall Drake is having a great race for being an amateur this season. But Rafa has the speed on a straight compared to the Porsche 911. That V8 swallows that V6 or inline 6. Oh my god, that is a horrible, horrible case of people going super wide on that corner down through the Curve de Ciné. Now we got Rafa in front of Niall Drake, and I'm sure Rafa is going to pass or create a gap. Thornton goes out super wide. He is a lapped vehicle, gets right in front of Mahoney. Dave Hassar is chasing Bray down. Oh, and smacks, hits the curbing, gets on the gas too hard, and spins his vehicle. Does he rejoin safely is the question. He is having trouble putting that traction down. His tires have to be on fire or something. As Chipsy is now on the back of Smacks. Oh, and Smacks spins again, and Pfeiffer gets past him. And Zhu gets past him. What position are we looking at? We are looking at P20 right now. And we've got Cookie on the back of Easton in his Lexus. Can Cookie get past Easton? The battle for P2, 1T2. They're going to go side by side into turn 1. And Righteous Fire has a stop-go penalty for 30 seconds. Unfortunate turn of events for him. Oh, what do we have here? We've got Van de Val spinning into Virage du Camp. And now he's behind Gobbs, Van, Righteous, and Easton spins around Virage des la Sainte Baume. However, let's see if these three cause an incident. Oh, almost rear ends Van. Van is going to the left. Van de Val is going to be stuck, most likely in between. Van's Lexus is not for a straight line driver. Righteous Fire is, however, a lapped vehicle. But Righteous isn't going to care. Did he just spin? He does spin. Oh, Lord. And he is having an atrocious race today. Oh. Almost gets in the way of some drivers. Oh my god. Righteous almost made a boo-boo. Oh, and Thompson spins. Go back up the road. Let's see if we can find somebody else has just spun. And it looks like it was Dave Hassar who was spun. Maybe? Maybe not. It looks like it was Ratha who spun. Because Ratha went from P3 or P4 to P9. However, we got an interesting fight here between Niall Drake, the amateur, in P4. He is having a brilliant race against the professionals. Let's stay on board with this here between Drake, Pitch, and Daniel Wright, the current championship leader. And Niall Drake in that Porsche 911 is in P4 right now. So this is a three-way battle for P4. He is the amateur championship leader, and he is up here fighting with the professional championship leader of the season for P4, and Melon Pitch in P5. Oh, and Daniel Wright thinks about going around and down the inside. Thinks better of it. Slows the car down just enough. And Pitch, what is Pitch doing? What were you doing, Mr. Pitch? Oh, and Pitch is now looking spicy. And these two drivers are going to fight each other. And they're going to cause a lot of problems. That Porsche is super slow in a straight line. That Mercedes-AMG GTR is faster, and that Bentley seems fastest. As we see, the water will slowly get pushed back down because of the aerodynamics. As we have 20 minutes left in the race, we are over halfway done. And somebody has spun, and it looks like it is Thompson. However, Daniel Wright and Melon Pitch have caught back up to Niall. Oh, and what we have here, we got Daniel Wright going down. Melon Pitch is overtaking Drake as well. Horrible entrance into the final hairpin of the lap. Niall Drake has lost 2 positions. He's in from 4th to 6th place now. can he keep up with Melon Pitch and Daniel Wright? And let's go on board with his vision. I mean, this is, oh my god, and I completely forgot, Niall Drake is clearly on a gamepad here. And we're going to be seeing a spasm of inputs that he's putting into his controller. And in all honesty, Niall, you are shaming those with wheels. So I want to see how fast you are with a wheel, because you are kicking 25 drivers' asses. And some of them are on wheels while you're on a gamepad. Congratulations. You won at racing. However, up in front, Melon Pitch is going to, I would assume, pass Daniel Wright, because his car seems to have the speed like no other. But Lavalley is under 2 seconds away from Melon Pitch. Can Melon Pitch catch up to Lavalley? He went super wide into that final corner that we just saw. And Thompson has spun again, and he looks like he has hit the wall. He has went back into the pits. And Melon Pitch is cutting Lavalley's lead from 2 seconds to 1.3 seconds. Melon Pitch is on a warpath. He's going to throw that Bentley into third place. And it looks like it's going to be a Lexus 1-2, as they are 40 seconds ahead of Melon Pitch. And Melon Pitch was 1.4 seconds, I think, faster than Lavalley that last lap. But as I say this, Daniel Wright is about less than a second behind Melon Pitch, who was 0.3 seconds behind Lavalley. This is turning into a battle. This is turning into a fight for P3. We are talking about the final podium position here, with 15 minutes left into the race. I don't know if they did their pit stops yet. However, this is a three-way fight between the championship leader, Daniel Wright, Melon Pitch, who is in P4, and Lavalley, who is in P3. And I am just pressing the wrong button. And P3 is beginning to heat up in the final 15 minutes of this race. And I was not paying attention. But we got Lavalley getting overtaken by Melon Pitch. Melon Pitch takes third place, and he just has that straight line speed like I've never seen before. He's making cars look like they're LMP2 cars, and he's in an LMP1. Like, it's like they're standing still on a straight. It's unbelievable. By the time you start at the start of that line, of that straight, and by the time you get to the end, he has went side by side with you and overtook you and comfortably went into the corner, because that's how far ahead he is on the straight line. So drivers either need to start making that boat look like it's a boat on corners, or they're going to struggle catching up to Melon Pitch, because he is a bullet on a straight. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Let's just look at this. Let's say it was 0.6 seconds. Pitch by the end of the straight is saying 0.7, so he gains about 2/10 a straight, at least. I feel like that's not right, but with the way that he's just driving, but because it's straight, it's kind of hard to mess that up, so time doesn't change. But he is punishing people. Like, look at how he's taking these corners. He went from 0.6 to 1.2 in the first sector, and there are corners in the first sector, and he is annihilating drivers. He is on another level. Daniel Wright has lost a position to Niall Drake. Niall Drake is back into 5th place. And Daniel Wright is in 6th. Like, Daniel is not having a good race. And Niall is spasming his controller. That is giving me a mental breakdown with the input that he is putting into that gamepad. Oh god. And somebody has spun in the final 2 chicanes, corners. I don't know who that is, but I'm not necessarily caring. But man, Melon Pitch is now in P3. What do we have up here? I mean, we got Fleischmann chasing down Trash Panda. And Boatmeester is actually in P2, which was expected. But Fleischmann in P25, 4/10 behind Trash Panda, fighting for P24. These guys are in the bag, so incidences and crashes and something is going to occur. I just have a feeling. The question is, can we spot it? In fact, and right in front of... Oh, and somebody else has spun. And they went back into the pits. Fleischmann. I love his name. Fleischmann. It's such a fun name to say. Fleischmann. And Craig Bray and Righteous have both retired. Or retiring. Fleischmann. It's such a fun name to say. Fleischmann. I love it. As Fleischmann in his Audi R8 chases down Trash Panda in his McLaren, as the Audi R8 looks like it has a better top speed possibly. I'm not 100% sure. Over the river, through the woods, to grandmother's house we go. Can Fleischmann do something about Trash Panda? 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the race, and he short shifts there for some reason. And he is right... Oh my god, that could have been a nice attempt of an overtake. Did not go for the gap that was created. Second guesses himself, gets the better traction out of the corner. But his shifting is super weird. It's like Fleischmann undershifts too quickly, or short shifts too quickly. His engine goes from low revs to massive high revs because of the massive gear change that he's putting into the pressure of that engine. It's making it feel uncomfortable for me, the viewer. Sir. Sir. Oh my god, and what just happened there? Max has spun out. Max was in the top 10, or about top 10. Now he's back at 21. Van de Val gets the beautiful overtake done on him. Van is now behind Van de Val. Can Van gain a position off of Van de Val? As we got Andrew Warden, a race leader actually, 3.7 seconds up the road from P19. That is a super wide moment, which has allowed Van to gain the position on Van de Val. As we now go on board with Kieran Fox and Cookie, however, I want to see what's going on, if there's still a fight for P3. Actually, we got a fight for... Look at that. What is going on up here? The volley. Okay, so we got a fight for P8 between Myler and Mahoney. This is the closest battle we have right now. Five tenths up the road. Does he save it? He does save it. That is an excellent, well, I mean, excellent driving would be not putting yourself in that situation anyways, but that is excellent reaction time by Myler. Keeps the Aston Martin in control, chasing down Mahoney's Aston Martin, who will finish in P8 in this race with 7 minutes and 25 seconds left in the race to go. They are struggling through these corners. And Ratha in the Mercedes-AMG GT-R in P10 went from P4 or P3 to P10. Ratha, can he do it? They are so close to each other. Ratha went from hero to zero for Mercedes-AMG GT-R. And Ratha is still struggling, but he is still fighting. He has the spirit. Thinks about going down the inside, does not do it. Thinks about going around the inside in the other corner, can't do it. Ratha is applying a ton of pressure on Myler, which is allowing Mahoney to get away. Ratha is right there. Let's get on board with Myler's Aston Martin British Racing Green as he is getting chased by Ratha's Mercedes-AMG GT-R. Let's see which V8, unless this is the V12 variant, which I don't believe it is, which V8 is the stronger engine. Looks like that GT-R is catching on him. Could be because of the slipstream. Does Ratha throw it into the inside? He is going to be side by side. Does it? Slows down into that corner. Oh man, that's beautiful. This is a beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Oh, and Ratha goes into the inside, takes the position, and Mahoney spun. Oh my god, and Mahoney spun. And Myler takes back the position. Let's go. This is a fight for P8 now, as Mahoney makes the mistake. Myler goes in too deep. He's going to come back onto the track, almost throws Ratha out wide. Ratha is blinking his lights in frustration because he knew he owes that position. And I will say, Myler needs to either slow down or give up that position to Ratha. He went deep into the corner, rejoined on track, and almost nailed Ratha. And Ratha is furious. He is blinking his lights at him, saying, "Let me go through." And Myler is disobeying him. He knows this is a fight for P8. If he doesn't get reported, he's going to keep the position. So he has nothing to lose. Ratha takes the position, however, by cutting the track, I think, because there's no other logical explanation for him to get in front of him. He had to have cut the track as vengeance on him. And that is actually freaking hilarious. The ball's on this guy, you know what I mean? However, the question is, where is Niles right now? Niles is in 7th, which is pretty good. And Melon Pitch is 11 seconds clear of Lavaldi, and he is... Yeah, Melon Pitch is having a wonderful race today. Congratulations to him. There's 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in the race. Congratulations to Melon Pitch. And somebody is spun in the back. A beautiful racing from him, beautiful overtaking. Obviously, it was all done on the straight with that amazing engine, but some of them were on the corners where he sent it down the inside. The way he has the speed on the straight, and the way he has much more speed into the corners versus cars like the Porsche and the Mercedes-AMG GT-R is impressive. It was exciting to watch. However, Melon Pitch is now coming up to the back markers of Fleischmann and Trash Panda, who have been fighting it out for a while now. Are they going to... They don't have to let him go because of blue flags. And it looks like Fleischmann will let him go. Trash Panda is going to let him go, I think. It would be foolish to fight Pitch. And this is an interesting fight between them. have here? Fleischmann is going around the outside. Panda almost loses it. What's going on? And Fleischmann gets the position. I don't know if that was illegal. That was a sketchy overtake from Fleischmann. There is no reason why he should be able to keep that position. Because look at the... It's like he didn't brake. He just hit the gas and floored it. That needs to be looked into for sure. Kieran Fox on the back of Tim Wilkins. Andrew Warden right behind him, giving them the blue flag. Will Kieran Fox let him overtake him? He will let him overtake him. And now the question is, can he close the gap on the T. Wilkins? Andrew Warden goes pretty deep into that corner. Andrew Warden, it doesn't even matter. He is so far ahead of P2 right now. He could waste some time. 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the race. Andrew Warden is just bossing it, but because he wasn't able to overtake. And the car number 96 has a drive-through in the pit lane. We got an interesting fight between 9, 8, and 7. Ratha, Myler, and Hassar. Mercedes, Aston Martin, and Porsche action here. The fight for P7. Ratha has come back actually. He's taking over some positions. Obviously, Mahoney's accident or spin. Easgrills has a drive-through. He is the one that was in number 97. Daniel Wright in P6 is actually a disappointment, but this allows the championship to get closer because Andrew Warden's going to collect his 45 points. We've got a three-way fight for P7, and Andrew Warden is on his final lap of the race. As long as these drivers stay ahead of Andrew Warden, they will be able to finish another lap on top of it. And the fight for P7 is going to heat up. Let's see if there's any other battles going on. And as you can hear, we now have the leader on the final lap. We do not have anybody else. The main fight of the day is going to be between Ratha, Myler, and Dave Hassar if he can catch back up. However, this straight is going to make it very, very difficult. Pretty deep into that corner, almost rear ends Ratha. Myler is keeping up with Ratha, but can he make the overtake? Can he take 7th place away from Ratha? That is the question, as these drivers are about to. And that is TTC, I think, who has just... No, it is not. Somebody dropped it in the background. I have no idea who that was. They start their final lap. However, Andrew Warden is about to finish his lap in about a couple corners here, and he will be the race winner. And the graphics are just so beautiful. And this is just me, you know, giving myself credit for it. I like what is going to come of this series now. And Andrew Warden has just won the race, coming in P1. There is a driver. Lavallee has spun, I think. And he is losing time. However, he's going to get back. He's not going to overtake him. Still 8 seconds ahead. 6 seconds ahead. 5 seconds ahead. Lavallee is losing time. He's going to be 4 seconds ahead of Ratha, so he's not going to be overtaken, I don't think. Should be hitting his top speed soon. he should still be able to keep that position. He's going to be Andrew Warden P1, Doughmeister P2, Melon Pitch is going to be P3, P4 is going to be Niall Drake. Congratulations to him. Lavali has made his mistake, which has allowed Niall Drake to come in P4 right now. He is in P4. As long as he doesn't make mistakes, he should be good. Daniel Wright in P5 for championship leader. It looks like he will be safe there. However, Rafa is getting the pressure from Myler. Can he keep Myler at bay these last couple of laps? As they come into the Virage de la Trois, and Rafa goes and enters Virage du Pont, he is going to come in P7, 100%, as we see the beautiful, beautiful rockets and as he stops by, as you see other drivers drive by. As we've got the rockets coming up, as we've got the final drivers coming in, Pfeiffer, who is this? Alan Zhu, Tommy Kogan up, and the race has now ended. Congratulations to Andrew Warden coming in P1, Bowmeister coming in P2, and Melon Pitch coming in P3. If I'm not mistaken. I'd like to thank anybody that's still watching, and thank you for watching over the race. We are ARC. If you want to go and join us, we are at the ApolloRacingClub.com. We have many other racing series besides ACC. We got F1 2020, Wreckfest, AC, and different leagues in AC, iRacing, name a racing series and you got it. I'm just coming with a blank of words because I've been talking for 45 minutes or an hour straight. But yes, thank you. We also watch racing as well, MotoGP, Formula 1 races whenever that starts, the WEC World Endurance Championship races as well. We love LMP1, LMP2, any form of racing, we got it, we love it, we do it. Anyways, thank you guys very much. Enjoy the rest of your night, and hopefully next week I will actually have all the programs and packages and everything ready for you guys so we can make this as beautiful as possible. Hopefully the graphics were up to date and up to par, and thank you guys very much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.